tell me about if Donald Trump does not win, what do you do?
I hope that I'm going to die.
You want to die if Donald Trump doesn't win?
I do. I don't want to live like this anymore.
That's a bit extreme, but, some people really like the guy.
Do you like our country the way it is now?
I mean, it doesn't really matter what I think, but you've got a pretty good life. You got nice clothes on, you got hat on, sunglasses, you got your health. I mean, the country's done pretty well by you, right?
No, the country hasn't done anything by me. I've done everything for myself. My husband and I took care of ourselves as we grew older. Now, when we got ready to retire, we had planned what we were going to do. Now, what is the country doing for me now? Do I get any interest on anything that I put away and saved?
Well, your money is safe, right?
Sounds like she's upset because she bought some bad stocks. Never should have invested in Lehman Brothers. That's what I'm saying. But she keeps going.
What is it that is so bad about where America is or where you are right now with America that you would want to die if Donald Trump doesn't win?
I just don't want to live in a country that is screwed up as this one, that people are so out of control and that they think that everything that they're entitled to everything. What do you think about the stealing that's going on right now?
What do you mean stealing?
People walk into stores and just can walk out with stuff.
Well, crime is a problem, but there's also a lot of places where people have to...
Crime is increasing every day.
Actually, the data shows it's not.
Well, I don't care what the data shows. You and I can't talk to each other because you have a totally different idea of what's going on than what I have.
So she's upset about people stealing stuff from stores, which is an issue. There's crime, but she doesn't want to hear any statistics saying that crime might be going down in certain places or in certain categories because she's not a statistics person. Do you understand? And she definitely doesn't want to hear about these crimes.
Well, he's been indicted in 4 different cases and 91 criminal charges.
None of that stuff is true. You know it's not.
I don't know whether it's true or not. I just know that. No, I just know that
a non-Trumper?
No, I'm just a journalist who sees that he's been in. I mean, so how do you explain all these charges? How do you explain all? What's going on?
They're all made up.
They're all made up.
Yep. They're all made up.
So the election interference in Georgia, Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro, who worked for Donald Trump as lawyers, they just pled guilty and admitted.
I don't believe that either.
You don't believe they pled guilty?
Nope.
So when they said that they were...
I never turn on the news. I never turn on the TV. I never listen to any of that.
So where do you get your information if you don't watch the news?
I get my information from Telegram.
That's right. She doesn't want to hear the news. She thinks the indictments are all fake. Everything's all made up. So when an actual crime is happening that's, let's say, trying to overthrow democracy, she don't want to hear about it. But then when somebody steals a 6-pack of Diet Coke from CVS, she gets upset. And that's your Trump people in basically in a box. That's them right there. They don't want to hear about the truth of what Donald Trump did to try and overthrow democracy. They don't want to hear about the truth of what the movement from the far right of trying to basically implement a dictatorship in this country, attacking the Capitol on January 6th. That was all Antifa. It was originally Antifa. Then they said it was the FBI. And then they said it was everybody but Donald Trump. And they're not willing to admit that he did anything wrong, even though there's phone calls of Donald Trump calling Georgia to ask for the votes to overturn the election, even though a lot of people that were part of the indictment in Georgia have started to flip already. These people don't want to hear it. And so these are the people that Donald Trump preys on. And he says, only I can fix it. The same way he said he was going to fix the border issue by building the wall. And he didn't really build, he built a little bit of a wall. And it didn't really fix anything. It just continued. You know, we still have a big immigration problem, influx of immigration. What we really got to do is Congress has got to get together and figure out some actual solutions to our immigration problems. Congress has got to get together and figure out actual solutions to what's at the base of these, you know, these robberies that she's talking about at stores. Why are people going to stores and stealing things? Probably because there's an income inequality. There's not enough resources available for people living on the streets. So you're walking right into CVS, they're stealing things. Is it a good thing? No, it's a bad thing. But this lady doesn't have an answer. Donald Trump doesn't have an answer. Donald Trump is good at getting people to complain. Complaining is easy. Republicans have been very good at complaining. Now that they're actually governing, we're seeing that they really can't govern. Look at the Congress. Look at what they've done. They really haven't passed anything. All they've done is bring about these kangaroo courts trying to go after Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, all these different things. They tried to go after Fani Willis. Jim Jordan tried to go after Fani Willis in when the Georgia case came out. So they really haven't passed anything that one could look at and be like, oh, wow, that really helped America. Whereas if you look at Joe Biden, as old as he is and as many complaints as we have, he passed the infrastructure bill, which is going to be paying off as we start seeing jobs being created for that. And as well as we're starting to see improvements all of a sudden in our roads and in our infrastructure and Wi-Fi in certain places that didn't have it. He's been able to get the drug companies to negotiate drug prices, which would help this lady drop the drug prices. This same lady probably would benefit from, or people like her would benefit from Obamacare and the health insurance that came with that. And they were against Obamacare until they realized, oh, wow, this is actually good for me. I should get on board. So the problem is, it's really easy to rile people up and get them to complain about everything. It's not your fault that you're not making money. It's not your fault that your stocks didn't do well. It's the immigrants' fault. It's not the fault of the bigwigs on Wall Street who are just eating up all the money and the income inequality and all the people that support your Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a quote-unquote billionaire. So he is someone who these people should be feeling abhorrence towards, because he's the kind of person that is getting richer and richer while they're suffering. But he says, you know what? They're coming after me because they want to come after you. It's all a bunch of crap. But he preys on them, and unfortunately, they fall for it. So what do we do, folks? We register to vote. We vote blue if we can. If you want to vote red, then vote red for someone who's not a criminal. How about that? And if you're going to complain, find some actual solutions. Don't blame other people for your problems. Look in the mirror, lady. Look in the mirror. I'm Maz Jobrani. I'm on tour doing stand-up all over the country. Come check me out. Let's laugh together. Namaste.